This is the part 3 of pre-calculus review. In this review, we're going to talk about two major topics, the polynomials and rational functions. Um, so we're going to spend the first few minutes for the polynomials, and then we're going to go for the rational functions. And then after that, we're going to talk about inequalities. And under inequalities, we're going to talk about how to solve polynomial inequalities and the rational inequalities. So the topics include so we're gonna go with the first problem like this. So it's the in behavior of a polynomial, and then also we talk about a number of turning points. The turning points sometimes we also call the local maximum or minimum, and then also we can talk about nature of the zeros, uh, actually nature of the graph near the zeros, because we know that if there's an even multiplicity, they're gonna graph gonna touch the x-axis, and if there's an odd multiplicity, the graph gonna cut the x-axis. So we can talk about that, and then we're gonna go to finding real zeros of certain polynomials. So under those tools, we can talk about Descartes' sign rule and the factor theorem and the rational roots theorem, and also the synthetic division. We use a synthetic division because log division is long, so we are not going to use that, especially in an exam, because it can be lengthy. But there are situations we can use that later for some other problems. Um, then we're going to go to finding complex zeros. So we know that if there's a polynomial, and then also you can factor the polynomial into linear or irreducible quadratic in the real domain. In the complex domain, you can completely solve the polynomial. So you can completely find the zero, so we can solve the polynomial. So, and then also we can talk about if you have a cubic like this, we normally try the grouping technique because that's one of the method for solving cubics. So we can talk about that. Um, and then also we're gonna find a real polynomial of least degree for given zeros. So the question is, you are given zeros, and can you find the corresponding polynomial? So we can do that in question number 4. And also we're going to recall what they call the conjugate pairs theorem. So what's the conjugate pairs theorem? If there's a real polynomial, and if you also know that there's a complex zero like this, and then what the theorem says that the complex conjugate of that is also a zero. That only works for real polynomials, and that doesn't work for complex polynomials. So we can talk about that in question number 4. Question number 5. Question number 5 is to find the domain and asymptotes of a rational function. So we're going to find the domain and asymptotes of a rational function. So we can talk about several cases and also including the theories. Um, question number 6. In question number 6, we're going to graph rational functions using the transformation techniques. So we're going to consider these three functions, and also we're going to, because this is like two special cases, 1 over x and 1 over x squared. And then after that, we're going to graph general rational functions in question number 6 star. And then question number 7, we can solve several polynomial inequalities and also several rational inequalities of different types. And then as the major method, we know that there are three methods to solve a inequality. Of those three methods, we can use a sign diagram technique because that's the easiest to solve an inequality. Uh, Question number 8 is about composite function. So we're gonna find some values, and then we'll also find some expressions, and also higher order composite function, and also domain. So we're gonna consider these 4 cases. So that's what we're gonna discuss about in this review.